Greetings, namaste, to my Indian friends. I would first like to apologize for what bad people have done to you. They have lied to you, and they say that they belong to Church of Gail. Church of Gail is a church, it's a spaceship, okay, that was created to honor me. And all of us on Church of Gail support Jesus and his God friends. Among one of his best God friends is the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, who I've had the privilege to meet. I haven't seen her with my eyes, but my husband has seen her, my husband Brent, and she has come to my apartment several times to help me understand myself better as a sexual person so that I can have a better relationship with my husband. One time she came to my apartment in July 2024, and we got into a conversation because one of the people on Church of Gail got raped in India. She was exploring Hinduism, and she got raped. And we were talking about, she was part of a rape. The Hindu goddess Lakshmi showed up, and we decided we wanted to do something to help the Indian people to live lives that would make them happier, healthier, and more prosperous. Things the goddess Lakshmi cares about. Hindu goddess Lakshmi loves the Indian people. But like every race, including the American race, they have some problems, which the goddess Lakshmi wanted to fix. Okay? Let me tell you about the problems. We were talking to the goddess Lakshmi, okay? And we came up with what we call the Indian Gail Commandments. There are many things that I admire about the Indian culture. I admire your respect for diversity, okay? Your respect for family. Those are good things, okay? However, like every culture, you have some problems. Even American culture has problems, which I'm sure you've already figured out, okay? All right. But I apologize to you that there are some people that claim to be my friends, and I have never met them. They are bad people, and they tricked you. They tricked you. They said they lied to you, and they said that they were my friends and that they were serving me, and they lied to you so that they could trick you. The reason they tricked you is because they want me to look bad. You see, they work for Satan, the devil, the bad angel. Okay? They work for him. Now, even though I'm not going to go into this, they say that because I am Antichrist, that I support Satan. I do not. It breaks my heart that I have to live with Antichrist label. But anyway, I love Jesus. And I love his God friends. And one of his God friends that I love is Hindu goddess Lakshmi. And she loves the Indian people, so I'm going to try to help her. because she doesn't like it when you do things that get you into trouble. Okay, let me tell you what it is Goddess Lakshmi wants you all to fix. Okay? Believe me, I understand. Jesus has had to fix many things about me that I was doing wrong. One thing that Jesus always did whenever he corrected me was first he would tell me what I was doing right, and then he would tell me what I was doing wrong. Sometimes he would get mad at me and tell me what I was doing wrong. Just tell me what I was doing wrong. So, but deep underneath it all, whenever he told me what I was doing bad, I know that he always loved me and wanted me to be happy and healthy, so I decided I better listen to him. After all, he did die on the cross for me, right? Actually, he died on the cross for you too. You don't have to be a Christian to enjoy the benefits of the cross. I'm not going to go into this. I'm going to confuse you. Let's talk to you now as a way. You may say, why are you going to help us if you love Jesus? Because Jesus is good friends with the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, okay? And he would like it if I helped her out. She is a beautiful goddess. So I will explain to you a conversation that I had with Lakshmi in July 2024. Jesus is the God over all the gods. Yes. Did you know that when he died on the cross, his death also helps out those who are evil gods? Yes, or gods who have sinned? Yes. I'm not saying that the goddess Lakshmi has sinned, okay? She's a good goddess, but there are some bad gods out there anyways. Let's help out this good goddess. Oh, by the way, my mother is a bit of a Hindu. Yes, my mother is Japanese, but she practices the Kama Sutra. She doesn't advertise it too much, but she does. She became an expert at the Kama Sutra. Yeah. She knew all the positions and she could just jump into them. I'm really proud of her for this. I think that's quite an accomplishment. She's in heaven now with her husband, and I bet she's doing the Kama Sutra with him all the time. Okay, let's see here. All right, we had a conversation with the Hindu goddess Lakshmi. I'll let you in on it. Okay. So I told Lakshmi showed up. She has four, I think she has at least 4 arms. And she knocked, and all her hands knocked on our door. And my friend, Rule 13, said, there's a knock at the apartment door. Brent says he will get it. I said, oh, it's Lakshmi. She has 4 arms, so there would be many knocks. There she is. It was a lot of knocks. Rule 13 said, hi, Lakshmi. Good to see you. I'm worried about your Indian followers after reading the report about what happened to my friend Laurie. They seem to need some help being better Hindus. They don't do the Gail commandments very well. Poor Indian babies. Lakshmi said she agreed. They need to do the Gail commandments. Well, how can we help them do the Gail commandments? Rape is rape taught in Hinduism? And Lakshmi said, not at all. No, she doesn't like rape. You need to stop it. You're making Lakshmi upset. She said, and Lakshmi said she has never put poop in her vagina. I said, what kind of Hindus are these? And Lakshmi said, these are bad Hindus. So how do we inspire them to be good ones? I come from a Christian background, but in the past 2 years, I've become a bit of everything. That's because I've made new God friends. I'm friends with Buddha, friends with Lakshmi. Lakshmi said, maybe you can talk to them. So that's what I'm doing. I said, really? Well, they listen to me. I'm not really a Hindu. They might think I'm insulting their culture. Well, Lakshmi said, you're very inspiring. I said, well, thank you, Lakshmi. Yeah. So I want to, Lakshmi did help me, so I'm going to see if I can help you all. She would appreciate that because she loves you all. She is your goddess after all. I think a lot of you are Hindus, right? So I said, well, what do I do to help them, Lakshmi? I says, she said, maybe you could write them 10 Gail commandments for Indians, I said, now that's an idea. How do they overcome their pheromone programming? It sounds like an addiction. It's more like, never mind. Okay. So I said, do Indians need to take Seroquel? Are a lot of them infected? That's one of my commandments, okay? Lakshmi said they shouldn't need Seroquel. So I said, how are they with eating a balanced diet? That's my command, okay? Because I have a problem with that. Jesus has had to get me on this. Lakshmi says, you need to stop eating poop or urine. Yes. I thought, oh, they eat that? And then my friends were saying, have you ever seen Indian food? And Lakshmi says, maybe you could eat some beef sometimes. Beef, yes, beef. I thought, ooh, I think I heard somewhere about Hindus worshiping cows. Did you know that Lakshmi's not too crazy about that idea? So, I said, they won't eat beef, Lakshmi. They worship cows. Lakshmi, is it a Hindu teaching to worship cows? And Lakshmi told me to look it up. And this is what she told me to tell you all. You eat other parts of the cows. So why do you have a problem with eating some cows? Huh? You eat other parts of the cows? You eat their poop? Huh? Lakshmi's telling me that you're not thinking straight. All right. Okay, so let's continue here. I said, well, they won't eat beef. They worship cows, Lakshmi. And Lakshmi said, maybe you need to think about this. Beef is the food of great... Never mind. Okay. All right. So what meats and protein sources are available in India? Well, Lakshmi says they will eat chicken and mutton. They call it goat mutton, right? Okay? So, here's what I came up with this and Lakshmi liked it. Thou shalt eat a balanced diet without concerns about violating what everybody else tells you should eat, like taboos. Yeah, like if everybody says you can't eat cow, just ignore them. Lakshmi says you can. You eat other parts of the cow. So why, isn't that kind of crazy to tell yourself you can't eat cow, but yet you'll eat cow poop? Aren't you being a little crazy? Lakshmi thinks so, okay? So, all meat is good. Beef, chicken, goats, mutton, they're all good. There's nothing wrong or evil about eating cow. Calories in. In other words, don't eat too much, because then you're going to get fat. But then don't eat too little, because then you won't get the food you need to be strong. Okay? So you can eat cow, chicken, goats, or mutton. They're all the same. No meat is better or worse than another. Okay, like you eat the poop, cow poop, so why can't you eat cow meat? This is what Lakshmi thinks. Your Hindu goddess. So thou shalt eat a balanced diet without concerns about violating taboos or cultural and religious teachings. Using the method of calories in, calories out as a guide to weight management. Protein sources like beef, chicken, and mutton, they are the same. It's not evil to eat cow. Thou shalt not eat poop, urine, or vomit. No, no, no. Lakshmi doesn't think that's a good idea. No. Now, I know here in America we don't get it, but this is a problem for Indian people. Now, I will say this. Jesus has gotten on me for some crazy things I do. They're different from what you do, so you're not alone, okay? The gods have had to correct me too. So don't feel bad. Okay. So I asked Lakshmi, how are the Indians with sleep? I usually don't get enough. She said, no, Indians have a different problem. So I said, explain this, Lakshmi. She said, Indians always do things half-assed rather than work hard. They need to be less lazy. It's called jugad. Lakshmi says you need to watch out for this jugad. It means you could be lazy when you need to work hard. Many of them would rather scam and trick to get your money, rather than go out and work hard. You need to stop trying to trick people to get your money. You need to stop calling people on the phone to trick them to get your money. Hindu goddess Lakshmi says that's bad. Yeah. So, another commandment that goddess Lakshmi says is good. You shall toil in activities with passion, focus. That means you need to determine what you want to accomplish for every day. What do I want to do today? What do I need to get done? You need to tell yourself, what do I need to do today? And then you need to do it. Like, I'm going to get this done by 7 o'clock and then get it done. Don't try to take shortcuts. Don't try to trick people to get money or to get things done. That is wrong and it's evil. So do not be too good about your work to the point that you think you have to trick people to get what you want. Goddess Lakshmi says, no, that's bad. That's wrong. Thou shalt, another Gail commandment, thou shalt honor the Lord's temple by taking time every day to clean yourself, take a bath, brush your teeth, okay? Lakshmi likes that one too. So, you will be like a normal human being, Lakshmi says, by taking time, okay, to clean yourself. Yeah. Clean yourself, brush your teeth, stay clean. Because if you don't, you're going to get sick. Maybe if you were trying to do the Indian Gail commandments, you wouldn't have been tricked by these bad people who ended up killing some of you. Yeah. I asked her how are the Indians with exercise and walks, because that's something Jesus got on me about. Okay? I made Jesus cry because I wasn't doing my walks every day. I'm doing them really good now. Lakshmi says they don't have a problem with walks. They walk plenty. So they have different problems. So he says, yeah, they need to learn how to go to poop and pee the right way. Don't just do it on the street or on the beach. Okay? It causes you to get sick because poop and pee is full of germs and you leave it lying around everywhere. In fact, they have a trash mat. They have trash mountains in India. Lakshmi does not like this. That's bad Hindu. Hindus are supposed to be clean. Okay? Yeah. And you need to stop polluting and throwing litter and paper and whatever, cigarette butts all over the place. That is disgusting. Lakshmi thinks it's disgusting. Okay? You need to use a toilet or a sanitary hole to poop and to pee. Don't just poop and pee in the middle of the street. And use toilet paper to wipe yourself when you're done. And then put the toilet paper in the toilet or in a hole in the ground someplace. Don't just dump it on the road. Lakshmi says that's not good. Everybody's going to get sick if you just put your poop and your pee all over the street. We say, why are you talking to them like this? Because I was told that their IQ is 71. And that if I don't talk to them, I'm not trying to insult them, but I want to make sure they understand me. They got really mad because they think I'm prejudiced against Indians. I'm actually trying to help them. I'm upset that these bad people tricked them. Maybe if they were doing the Indian Gail commandments, this wouldn't. I'm not saying that all Indians have an IQ of 71, okay? But these particular Indians that went to this, what do they call it? This place, Compassion Center at Frisco, Texas, that I wasn't there. I didn't tell them to do that. Nobody at Church of Gail told, these are people that are trying to make me look bad. They lied to you and erected this big fancy place and said that it was my idea. They lied to you. They tricked you. Okay? Lakshmi doesn't like your trash mountains. She wants you to stop this. Okay? It's a mountain made of trash. Stop throwing your garbage all over the place. Find one place to dump it all. Be organized. Don't just throw your garbage all over the place. Establish a place to dump garbage and be clean in the way you do it. Find one spot to put all your garbage. Don't just throw it all over the place. Set up a system where you decide where you're going to put your garbage. Lakshmi doesn't like the way you do your garbage. It's very bad for you. It makes everybody sick. All right? So I asked, how are they with money? Lakshmi says, stop begging. Don't go out on the street and say, I need some money. Don't beg if you're healthy and you can go out and work. Okay? And don't steal. If something doesn't belong to you, it's not yours. It's a violation of Hindu practice. You are a bad Hindu if you take somebody's stuff from them and it's not yours. That's also a bad Christian practice. A lot of good gods are against that. Another thing, you don't need to steal and beg for money to buy expensive clothes to impress others. Well, you're not impressing Goddess Lakshmi because she thinks what you're doing is wrong. Yeah, you don't need to impress everybody with your expensive clothes. You impress people by being a good Hindu. One thing that I admire about the Hindu spiritual practice is that you have respect for all different kinds of people. And you do not show respect when you steal somebody's money and when you are proud and stuck up and think you're better than others just because you have better clothes than they do. You're not impressing the goddess Hindu. I mean, the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, okay? So you only spend money on food and bills. You don't beg and say, I need money, when you have the health to go out and work. Now, if you have if you're really sick, like if your legs are broken or you can't use your arms right so that you can't work, then yes, you can get help from the government to help you. But if you're able to work, you should go out and work. Lakshmi would be proud of me for telling you this. Don't try to get help from the government if you're able to work. Don't steal other people's stuff. Don't trick people like they did to you. If you have taken somebody's stuff, you need to go give it back to the person you took it from. Another thing, don't use your children to go out and beg for you and play like you're poor because you're too lazy to go get some work. Goddess Lakshmi says that's bad. Okay, that's an Indian Gail commandment. I asked Lakshmi, how are the Indians about saving money? She said they are too poor to save. So we won't go on that one. I said, what else do they have problems with? They don't have a problem with hoarding. That's my problem, okay? Because you don't have the money to hoard. But she said there is a problem that she doesn't like. You do a lot. You marry somebody in your own family, and you have children get married. This is stupid. Yeah. It is not good to marry somebody in your own family just because you want to belong to the rich class. They usually do this because they want to move up into a richer class. Lakshmi says this is bad. You should marry somebody because you love them, not to get rich or belong to a better family. So you should not marry somebody who is a blood relative. You don't want to marry a brother or sister or anybody under 18. Lakshmi likes that rule. Yeah. Don't marry somebody just to improve yourself and make yourself more. No. You should marry somebody because you are attracted to them. And don't worry about whether they're going to give you more money, more position. No. You marry them because you love them. Because they are your soulmate. Huh? So, Lakshmi says, thou shalt not marry a relative like a brother or sister, a blood relative, or anybody under 18. You will only marry somebody that you are attracted to, not worrying about class, wealth, or how much of a big shot it's going to make you. Let's see, what else did Lakshmi want you to tell you? Okay. I think I covered them. So, now, alrighty. Okay, that's it. Let me just go ahead and read you the Indian Gail commandments. I will actually have a post for this underneath this video. Yeah. I want to apologize that a bad person lied about me and said that they were my friend when I don't even know who they are. They're my enemy, and they lied to you and said that they were friends of mine. And they tricked you And some of you they killed. If you were doing the Indian Gail commandments, maybe they couldn't have tricked you. Because Lakshmi does not like your rape. No, no, no. She does not believe in rape. You should never, ever force anyone to have sex with you if they don't want it. And if you do, you make Lakshmi very sad. This Hindu goddess thinks that is very, very evil and bad. You are a bad Hindu if you do this. Yeah. And you may end up going to Hindu hell. You say, do Hindus go to hell? Well, they believe in reincarnation. Yeah. Yeah, in your next life, you might end up being something really bad. You want that? Huh? Can they go to hell? Believe it or not, reincarnation, you Christians out there, it really does happen. These Hindus and Buddhists are not crazy for believing in that. Yeah. When a person dies, according to Buddha, he told me that they can choose to be reincarnated or they can choose to go to heaven or hell. Yeah, it's up to them. Well, if they lived a really bad life, they may not have much choice over whether they go to hell. But if you're a bad Hindu in the next life, you may not like what you're going to be. Yeah. Yeah. It really, I have learned so many things since I've become friends with the god Buddha and the Hindu goddess Lakshmi. Yeah. Christians have a problem too, but I'm not going to go there because this video is for the Hindu people. Again, my apologies that some bad people lied about me and said these things. But maybe if you were doing the Indian Gail commandments, you could have been spared. I would never, ever hook anybody up. First of all, I do not believe in hand jobs, okay? A hand job is like milking somebody's penis or whatever. That isn't me. Anybody who tells you that that's me, they're lying to you. That isn't me. The only way I enjoy sex is with my husband, Brent, to be honest with you. I have in the past had it with sometimes I will have like group sex. I have in the past done that, but I make sure that if I do that, and this is mostly with sex with very advanced, I don't want to confuse you, but if I did participate in something like that, I would make sure that everybody in the group was feeling comfortable. I would never, ever force it on anybody or trick anybody into it, okay? If you have sex with somebody, okay, and they don't want to have it with you, you need to respect that. That's what Lakshmi does. Actually, Lakshmi is monogamous. What that means is it's not true that she's married to the god, what was his name? You can tell I'm not a Hindu. She's not married. At least she wasn't last time I talked to her. Yeah. She's not married. She is saving herself for her husband. And unlike some of the gods out there, she only wants to have one man as her lover for eternity. I forget what the name. Everybody says she's married. She's not married. She's waiting patiently for her god husband. Yeah. Yeah. She always greets me with namaste, though. She's a beautiful goddess. Anyways, my apologies that you were tricked. Start doing the Indian Gail commandments and be a good Hindu. Hey, you know, I know how you feel, okay? When everybody around you tells you this is what a Hindu can do, are they right? What if the God themselves is telling you? You say, you're lying. No. Goddess Lakshmi has actually been going around India and letting people know about my Indian Gail commandments. Who knows? She might even show up and talk to you. She has been doing that. And from what I understand, as a result of my Indian Gail commandments going out to India, a lot of Indians are getting, their lives are getting better. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video to help out the Indians. I am not against Indians. Like I said, my mother practices the Kama Sutra. I am good friends with the beautiful Hindu goddess Lakshmi. I am not against Indians. Okay. I think I will go now. All right.
In a world of secrets where darkness reigns, there's a warrior rising, breaking free from chains. She's Gail Schuler, her heart's pure and strong. With the power of love, she'll right the world's wrongs. Yeah! She's the first, a passionate crusader. Let's ride her son.